Hey Emily, Oceana here with G3 Agency. Here's that free video that I said I would send you about how to get more customers. So this video, the point of it is to basically show you how you can get your website or your Google My Business, basically your business, in front of the people who are searching on Google for your services, but don't know who they're going with yet. So first of all, here's the list of keywords. The reason that I actually called you because I saw such high demand and low competition for this area. So I put in carpet into my keywords explorer here, carpet, and then I cross-referenced that with anything that has Peoria, Tempe, or Chandler in it. And I said, please don't include anything that has to do with Illinois. And we've got this list of keywords that people are typing into Google. And then this right here, volume, is how many times a month it's being typed into Google on average. So we got about 200 people searching for carpet cleaners Peoria AZ. And then down here, we've got carpet cleaning Peoria. Same idea, but people are typing it a little bit differently. There's another 100 people searching for it that way. There's also a bunch of people for Chandler and Tempe as well. So this is really promising. And then KD stands for keyword difficulty, basically how much competition is there to get to the first page of Google. Of course, there's tons of people that'll show up for that, but they're not trying very hard to show up for those keywords, which means it's not going to be very difficult to outdo them. So I'll show you how. Not everything that I'm going to show you has to be done with a website. Some of this stuff can be done without one. But I do strongly suggest that you have a website because it really opens the door up for a lot more incoming leads. First of all, when you decide on a word that you want to go after and show up for, the first thing to do is to type it into Google, see what you are up against. So first we have these ads. Nobody cares about ads. Down here we have the map pack, MAPPACK, and this is the top 3 local map results. Basically how you get up into this is the part you don't need a website for. You can have a website listed, of course, but you don't have to. So first of all, you want to make sure your Google My Business is set up properly and it's up to date and it's accurate, and specifically your name, address, and phone number are spelled exactly the way that you want them across the internet, because then you're going to take that information and put it on different directories like Yelp, Yext, CityStar, White Pages, etc. And that's going to help boost your credibility with Google, showing that you really do serve that area. And that if you end up in the top 3 of the maps, then you end up on the first page of Google, which is very helpful because people will call you. Okay, and then the next place you want to show up, and this you do need a website to show up down here, this is the organic results. And so I'm not going to compare you to them. This is Yelp. They're a directory, so it doesn't make any sense to compare you to them. But this here is a local competitor of yours. It's a national brand, OxyFresh, and they have a franchise in the Peoria area. So we want to take a look at their website and think, what is it that they're doing right that they're showing up at the top of that page? Well, they've got some content here. They're including things like carpet cleaning Peoria AZ. They're talking about what they do and where they do it. They've got a decent amount of content here, although it wouldn't be difficult to outdo them, and you are going to want to outdo them if you want to get ahead of them on Google by having more words and including more information. And then you want to save your images properly. So if I right click on this image and click Save Image As, we can see this image was saved as apartment.jpg. They're missing an opportunity here. What they could have done, what I suggest you do when you create your own website, is save the images as these phrases that people are typing in. So like on a page about carpet cleaning in Peoria, save images as carpet cleaning Peoria AZ and carpet cleaning Peoria. And that way, that's an indicator, another indicator that you ought to be at the top for those. So that's another trick that you can do. And then finally, here, www.oxyfresh.com/locations, blah, blah, blah. So this exact page is the one that's showing up on Google. So that's the one we type into this Ahrefs, where I used this for my Keywords Explorer to find out what phrases people are typing into Google. Now I'm using another function, the Site Explorer, to find out how this website's performing and what we're up against. The UR score is how trusted this exact page is. And then the DR score is for their entire website, how trustworthy it is. And this DR score is quite high. But we don't have to beat out their entire website. We are just trying to beat out the page that is ahead of us on there. So a 16 score is not terribly difficult to beat. How we would go about beating that is with referring domains. So a referring domain is any website that has at least one link back to your website. So in this case, they have 9 of them. We can click on it. We can take a look at what they have. This DR score is the same DR score as we saw on the last page. It's how trustworthy their entire website is. So you can see that, Yellow Dot Place has a 66 out of 100 score. That's pretty good. So that would be a good backlink to get. A link from their site would be helpful. Very low scores, though, are scammy, and Google won't like those. So be careful getting backlinks, so you don't just go to someplace and say, hey, I'm going to buy a bunch of backlinks, because a lot of times they are very low quality, and so it can be tricky to get the right ones. So just be careful as you're going out there. Make sure to check that their DR score is above, I like to say above 20. And that their website is relevant to you in some way, whether that's because it's local to your area, or it's a website for another carpet cleaner, maybe in another area, or it's like, like easylocal.com, where they have directory, they're a directory, that's what they do. So those are all really good ones. And your Home Advisor one, I'd say keep it, because it's a pretty good, if you want to continue being found on Home Advisor, it is a good one to have when you finally get it to point to your website once you've created one. So that's it for me. That's the end of my presentation for you. I really hope that you found this helpful, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye.